Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad to have you here. Today's video is going to be a brief overview of bone broth, its benefits, how I prepare it, and how I store it. Bone broth is one of the main staples of our meal prep routine. So every Sunday we do meal prep, and we're a family of 7 that tries as much as possible to follow a holistic approach, and we have adopted several approaches and several protocols, and we have found one that actually suits us. So we take a couple of main things from each protocol and we apply it. So one of these things is bone broth. We first knew about bone broth through the Nourishing Traditions series, and actually bone broth was a staple in low-income households back in Iraq and many other countries around the world, where poor families had to actually give their family nutrition, and that is main condensed nutrition, through bone broth. And bones were quite cheap and very accessible, so my mother used to do batches of bone broth and just infused as much herbs and as much vegetables as possible, and then they would actually have that just as a liquid back in the days. So the way I prepare bone broth is either I use fish or chicken or beef, mainly lamb to be honest. So I usually take a large pot, I put the bones in the pot, and I pour water to cover the top up to the top, and then I use 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You don't have apple cider vinegar, you can use lemon, you can use any sort of natural acid that you can, because the acid actually helps to take and leach out all the minerals and all the vitamins and the amino acids in the bones into the water. So along with that, I use any sorts of herbs that I can, more concentrate on anti-inflammatory herbs such as turmeric, black pepper, ginger, as well as much veggies, bay leaves as I can, onions, a little bit of garlic if I feel the need for it. So then I place the pot on the stovetop on medium heat, and then I wait until that little foamy part comes out, and then I just scrape it off, and then I put it on the lowest heat possible on the stovetop for about 12 to 24 hours. I know people who actually do it for 48 hours, but I would rather just stick to the 12 to 24 just because of the routine that we have, and I just don't want to overdo it, to be honest. So then after the maximum 24 hours has finished, I just strain out the liquid, and then I put it either in a glass container, or I wait for it to be cold, and then I put it in these silicone molds, and then into the freezer they go. You could also put the glass container into the freezer if you do shut it very tight, but I do prefer it in the fridge just because it's more accessible. And the extra I put in silicone molds, and into the freezer they go, and then once they're frozen and solid, I take them out and I put them into either containers or into bags, and then just use them whenever I can, in rice, in soups, in stews, whatever we need as a alternative to liquid. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will do another part that talks about the benefits as well as other details. If you are interested, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and take care. Bye bye.